November 21st, 2013, City of Hammond Board of Public Works and Safety meeting roll call. Here. Item 4, approval of the minutes of the meetings of October 24th and November 7th.
I'd like to defer action on that.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Item 5, we're going to go out of order and take agenda item L first. Item L, Adalberto Pandoro, 4208 Henry Avenue. Please come forward, sir. Mr. Pandoro, this officer is going to translate for you during your hearing. Is that acceptable for you?
Okay.
Mr. Pandora, you're here because you failed to register your rental unit for 2013.
Estás aquí porque no registraste tu propiedad para el año 2013.
You've requested an appeal. Now is your opportunity to explain to the board why you failed to register your unit.
Ahorita tienes su chance para darle una explicación.
Ok. ¿Por qué me mandaron el ticket o por qué piensan que estoy rentando la casa si no la estoy rentando?
He says he's not renting the property.
Is the property vacant?
¿Está vencido?
¿Está vencido qué?
¿Está alguien viviendo ahí?
Sí. No, está viviendo él. La casa la iba a perder yo y él se quedó con ella.
¿Y quién es él?
Es mi compadre.
Okay. He says that he's living in the house. It's a family member.
And not paying rent?
¿Está pagando renta?
No.
Okay. In that case, we would like to direct Mr. Pandoro to the building department in the basement of City Hall to fill out an affidavit that he will sign explaining exactly what he just said, that it's a family member not paying rent. We will waive the registration and late fees on his unit if he does so.
Where does he have to go?
To the basement of City Hall to the building department.
Ahorita necesitas que ir al basement para registrar tu casa diciendo que no lo está rentando, que está viviendo tu compadre.
Ok.
Y entonces con eso no vas a pagar multa ni nada.
Ok. ¿Necesito qué necesito?
No más necesitas que ir abajo a escribir todo lo que le dijiste a ellos, que nadie está pagando renta.
Ok. ¿Necesito llenar una forma, un papel o qué?
Ajá, abajo.
¿Allá abajo?
Ajá, en el basement.
¿En el primer piso?
Sí, abajo,
Ok.
abajo. Okay.
Ok.
Is that acceptable?
¿Está bien?
Sí.
Okay. Is there a motion to dismiss action at 4208 Henry? All in favor? Aye.
¿Qué puerta
Motion
tengo que ir
carries.
abajo?
Excuse me. Can you just explain to him if he ever does decide to rent it to a non-family member and collects rent, that he's going to have to come back downstairs to register it as a rental unit?
Okay. Que si él sale de la casa y si rentas la casa, entonces necesitas que regresar a ir al basement para registrar la casa.
¿Y quién puede ayudarme ahí abajo? ¿Tú puedes ayudarme? ¿Usted? A pedir papeles. A pedir papeles.
I don't believe so.
Is there a translator downstairs?
No.
Not anymore.
He's got to wait till the meeting's over to do this, right?
I would recommend that so we can get the affidavit for
Yeah,
him.
if he hangs out until after the meeting, one of the building department guys will take him down there and help him fill it out.
Okay. Que necesitas que esperar hasta que acabe toda la junta y uno de ellos te van a llevar abajo para firmar el papel.
Ok. ¿En la tarde puedo o tengo que esperarme hasta que se acabe
Sí.
todo? ¿A qué hora se acaba? No sé.
He wants to know what time will this approximately be.
Probably about 10.
About 10 o'clock.
Como las 10.
What properties do you have on the agenda today?
Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, ya te puedes hacer.
Ok, gracias.
Yes, thank you so much, officer.
Thanks so much. Do you need any overtime slip?
All right.
No, I want to stop.
You want to go tell him as soon as you're done, you'll take him down there? All right, thank you. All right. Item A, change order from Nice Engineering for the 3rd District project on Willard Road.
The change order is in the amount of $20,728.94, and it's to line 30 and sewer on the project. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the change order.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item B, we have a proposal from American Structure Point for Phase 2 Environmental Services at 651 Conkey. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item C, we have an amendment to the site agreement with Nextel for placement of some of their equipment on our antenna.
All right.
Reviewed by the city attorney?
Yeah, Mr. President, this is one of those things that, it started out just, did this move? Okay, it started out that they just were going to renew their contract, and now it turned into, now we have to re-petition with the FCC for this, and I just didn't know if the city even wanted to bother with that for what Nextel pays you a month for the tower rental. It's just up to you. I just want somebody to make a decision. It involves more than just renewing it. They want us to consent to file with the FCC for whatever it is that they do.
Is that more trouble than it's worth, or is it not that bad?
It's not more, it's just more involved, and I didn't want anybody later to say, why are we doing all of this? Yeah. The only way Nextel can get renewed on there is if the FCC comes in and certifies something, the frequency.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item D, we have the bid opening, the demolition of 12 properties. There's 8 bids.
Mr. President, could I just ask if anybody is here for any of these properties that they let me know before the meeting's over? We're talking 5502 Alice, 935 Ames, 7247 Calumet, 5536 Claude, 5712 Erie, 5735 Erie, 4203 Johnson, 935 Michigan.
I think it's 951.
Okay, 951, yeah, you're right, 951 Reese, 5 Rimbach, and 5554 Walter.
Go ahead and let her know what property you're here for.
I'm here for the 554 Walter.
Are you a new owner of the property?
Yes.
When did you purchase the property?
I'm a taxer.
Okay. Do you understand that there's an order of demolition on the property?
Yeah, we came to court on August, and we let them know that we purchased
We
it at a
purchased
tax
it,
sale.
yeah.
And they said that just to let them know, because it takes 2 more months for the deed to come in.
But we were
But we
granted a
we were
deed,
granted a deed from the judge.
and we paid the
and we did pay
taxes
the
are all
tax,
up to date on it.
A year advance.
All right, can I just have your names, please? I'm gonna put it in here that you.
Irene.
Have you both done
No.
11, got my. Rosetta. Here, tax sale purchaser.
it? And we did come to court in August.
And you have the deed? Or
No,
not
we're
yet?
waiting on
When will you get the deed?
it in 2 months.
Okay.
And we talked to a Gina She
At the auditor's office?
at the auditor, and she made a phone call to the demolition, whoever was taking care of it.
All right, now, do you have some contact information I can have? I can write it in here, you don't have to.
Somewhat.
Like, what's your address or phone number?
Oh,
Wait,
5525
wait, 5525
Claude.
4632. Sure.
You want a cell phone number?
Go ahead.
773-269-0876.
Now,
Is
you
there
need,
anything else that we need?
no, what you need to do is, this Kurt here, is your bald guy, go to cover up. You know what that is?
Because we came to the August court, and we let them know it was gonna
Yeah.
take some time, and they said they would take it off the tax sale, and
Well-
she doesn't wanna be, she paid all this money, and there's nothing wrong with the house. All she has to do is clean the bathtub and move in.
Yeah, that's right, you need to call Kurt and get an inspection.
Do we do that before, when we get the deed, or?
Make the inspection with him now, that way, because he's backed up, and then Christmas is coming up, and nobody does anything at Christmas, so you can probably get a date in January for the inspection.
Or- is that it?
Nope,
Do
you're
we
done.
get any kind of paperwork or
No, there's
anything?
nothing else, we're just opening the bids. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. President, I didn't mean to interrupt, but, yep.
Okay, the first bid is from RSR Demolition, 1370 Joliet Road, Dyer, Indiana. They have their non-inclusion affidavit and their Form 96, and their bid for all the properties is $107,460. Next bid is from Gerber Construction Company Incorporated, 2619 Main Street, Highland, Indiana.
No, later. There's an agenda there if you want to see what number you are. We're on D.
They have their Form 96. They have their non-inclusion affidavit. Their bid for all the properties is $110,650. Next bid is from, what do you think that is? Thorn Meadow Excavation, 935 Ames in Hammond, Indiana.
Wait. 935 Ames? They're bidding on the property that's being demolished?
No.
No.
I don't know. Oh, they're only bidding,
I just want
individual
to,
they're only bidding some properties. They're not bidding them all.
okay. I'm just saying 935 Ames is on the demo list, if that's their address.
So that's not their address. Their address is 16320 Felton Street, Lowell, Indiana.
Sam, could you say the name of that company again, please?
Pardon?
The name of that company?
Thorn Meadow Excavation. They have their Form 96. They have their non-inclusion affidavit. It looks like they split their bid up. So I don't know how I'm going to do this. There's 5 properties at $62,791. Then the next one is from them too. I don't know, it's the same thing. I don't know why they went and bid this way.
It appears they only bid 4 properties.
3, 4, 5.
5 properties.
And then what? In each one, they submitted a separate envelope, a separate non-collusion affidavit, and a separate Form 96.
Why don't you read off the properties they bid and their base price for those 5 properties?
Yeah, 935 Ames, $13,487. 5536 Claude, $16,289. 5712 Erie, $11,269. 4203 Johnson, $10,487. 555 Walter, $11,259 for that total that I read earlier, $62,791. And it appears that they have an individual bid for all these properties. So we want to put them all and look at them.
Just verify that's the case.
In the future, I hope they would read the instructions to bidders. Yeah, each package is for one parcel. There we go. Okay, the next bid is from JM Industrial Services Incorporated, 201 Marble Street, Hammond, Indiana. They have their Form 96 and their non-collusion affidavit. And their bid is $73,450 for all the properties. Next bid is from Gary Material Supply. $7318 West 15th Avenue, Gary, Indiana. Their bid is $115,700. And they have all their forms filled out. Next bid is from KLF Enterprises, 2300 West 167th Street, Markham, Illinois. They have their Form 96 filled out in their non-inclusion affidavit. Their bid is $178,500. Next bid is from Sheer Force Excavating Incorporated, 27 East 36th Street, Stager, Illinois. They have their Form 96. And their non-inclusion affidavit signed. Their bid is $145,480. Final bid is from Acton TRI, P.O. Box 518, East Chicago, Indiana. They have their Form 96. And they have their non-inclusion affidavit. Their bid is $113,670. That concludes the bid opening. I'd like to make a motion these be referred to code enforcement for tabulation and recommendation.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item E, 4231 Wabash.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Robert Sorge.
George.
I think we've got this matter resolved at this point in time, that we're in compliance with this. And we would ask that this matter be taken off the docket.
Yeah, we've asked, I have done the final inspection, the rooms are cleared out. We can just get that from dismissed.
Is there a motion to dismiss action at 4231 Wabash?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay, thank you.
Attorney Sorge. Item F, 2841 Cleveland.
Hi.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Illegal, single family, no building, single family home, no permit to convert.
You know when it was converted?
City have any other information on this property?
Could you state your names for the record?
Amanda Eby.
And who's the gentleman with you?
Oh, my husband, Mike Eby.
How you doing?
The second unit that the city purports to be illegal is in the basement of this structure?
Actually, they're side by side.
There's an east side and a west side. Like even NIPSCO has it as an east side and a west side. I bought it that way.
How long have you owned it?
Is it
Approximately 5 years?
maybe four
Four,
and a
5
half,
years.
5 years, yeah. I think that before they were trying to have a unit in the basement, but we don't have a unit in the basement. We just have the east side and the west side.
Area is zoned R1, single family only.
Oh, that's what brought us to the So we don't know what was in it.
Yeah, they had that removed in the.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you guys renting it out as we speak?
No,
No, nobody's in there. We had our
my brother was
brother
living
in there,
there.
but we've
When it
had to
ended up
leave.
being in the barrel?
Yeah. Glycerin, it's like a cleaning supply stuff or something.
Nitroglycerin, I guess.
Yeah. Glisten is something like that, but it was a non-toxic. Kind of unprepared to contest about a 2-unit. I don't know if I can get more time to prove our side as, should it be standing as a 2-unit or not?
Well, Kelly, you said it's zoned what?
It's zoned R1, so any improvements, we're not gonna be able to rescind permits for a 2-unit, because there is zoned for single-family homes only. At what point it was converted, we don't know, because there's no permits. Lack of fire separation,
So it's just split down the middle?
You don't think that it was originally built as 2-unit?
no, I don't. I had questions about it at this point.
Right, because
I don't
NIPSCO
believe-
makes us pay one
NIPSCO and the
side
county
the
and
other,
several
right.
entities could call it a 2-unit, doesn't mean that it's.
Right,
building
yeah,
code is a
I don't,
2-unit.
right.
So that's kind of where we're at, is the fact that regardless of who's saying. it, the
Right,
charge
no,
of
I
building
just,
tax
that's why nothing was ever like flagged in my head because, you know,
And the first permit for it was a frame home.
oh.
It was
Well,
originally built
I
as
thought it was
single-family.
like a foreclosure, so I didn't get, you know, information,
That's
any
unfortunate.
information about it.
Unfortunate, oftentimes, you buy something off tax sale or even from,
Right, you don't know any history, nobody
My only
discloses
question to you
anything.
is, how come they gave the guy the 2-unit permit for the electrical?
should have never, secretaries don't know what necessarily is going on in the property. If the contractor comes in and asks for a permit for something, they're gonna issue the permit as long as it's licensed, bonded, and insured. The fact is that your contractors, even though you're wiring for a 2-unit, is actually wiring it wrong. If it was gonna be a 2-unit, you have to have a box on each side, so each tenant would be able to have access to the.
Wish I'd known that for $6 grand in it, you know?
And again, I wish you would put the $6 grand and take the garage down.
Well,
Well,
the
that's-
garage is coming down.
Okay.
Gary Materials.
Gary Materials doing that.
They're actually, he was supposed
He
to talk
said a
with
week
you.
and a half, and then the tree guy's waiting for the garage to come
As long
down.
as we're going.
And all the
Those
branches
are
off
only
of it.
two things.
I don't know if you've been by there. I'm on
Left.
the floor and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's gone, it's all mulch, except for, we have the tree and the garage. But the tree guy's waiting for the garage guy.
So what do you guys,
It needs to be converted back to a single-family home. At this point, we have no permits to convert. It was built originally as a single-family home. At some point, I don't believe these folks did it. She said she bought it on tax sale. Unfortunately, it's a caveat emptor, buyer beware. This house was illegally converted. There's no fire separation. There's no separate utilities.
Even considering that block wall that's built right down the center of the unit.
And that, which gave me cause for concern at the same time, the original permit was for a single-family home. At some point, somebody did that.
I never seen anyone
Sometimes
put a
they
block
put
wall down the center though like that.
And I have ran across it at the same time. If they did that, it was built as a duplex, they would have the electric on each wall and then separate utilities for each side. You're basically.
There's
running
several
everything off a
properties like that in
single-family
Hammond that are
home.
2
There's
units.
thousands, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
you're not, this is not a unique situation, believe me.
so do you guys have a problem with converting it back?
Yeah, I kind of have a problem with that, yeah. I would like to see what we can do to keep it as a 2-unit.
Well, like Kelly said, it's not zoned that way. It's not, there's not supposed to be a rental.
Did it used to be zoned that way maybe? And so it's not like it can't be like grandfathered in or anything? Because then the electrical, is the electrical not gonna be correct
The
then, or it
electrical
will
wasn't
be
correct to
correct?
begin with.
No, but I know,
Your
but now
contractor-
will it be?
Your contractor's wiring it wrong also, because if you're going to separate as 2 different units, you'd have the servers on each side and, breaker box on each side, so tenants could have access to their breakers.
Kelly, we're going to make a motion to continue this to December 18th to let them,
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank
Been a
you.
motion to continue this December 18th. That'll give you approximately 1 month to obtain the necessary information you need to provide to the board
Okay, we'll
in your
do.
matter.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay?
It's the only rental property that you own?
No.
Yeah, we have other
We have
properties,
two
but
other
nothing
ones
like
we got
that.
at the same time,
Yeah.
but they're,
Yes.
yeah, they're both single-family homes, though.
Right.
They're just 3-bedroom.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Item G, 38 Detroit.
Right, we can remove this from the agenda. Building inspection was performed on October 3rd, confirming that the second floor apartment has been removed.
Is there a motion to dismiss action at 38 Detroit? All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item H, 39 Carroll.
Morning. I represent Wells Fargo Bank. I believe this one was originally a multi-unit, and it was requested that it be converted back. My client has gotten bid approval to do just that, so they expect that work would start here shortly.
This is actually affirmed on June 27th. So we're going to submit the findings and orders. We can dismiss it, we can work with the bank.
Is there a motion to dismiss action at 39 Carroll?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item I, 235 Ogden.
This is a two-unit property that also has a illegal basement apartment. We're asking for the removal of the basement apartment, no fire separations, no permits to convert. The owner is complying, has got a list of plumbers to remove the kitchen in the basement, cap off the water lines. So I just ask that we affirm the removal.
Make a motion that we affirm their findings.
Second.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item J, 4826 Oak.
I'm gonna be asking for the removal of the basement apartment. They put in a kitchen and installed a bathroom with no permits. They had a bedroom set up in there. It's a single-family home, rental property. The owner has no problem removing the kitchen.
Is there a motion to affirm the findings?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item K, 4428 Henry. Sorry. I gotcha.
Hi.
Morning.
We're here for 4428. I'm his daughter. So we came here because they said that we have to remove the basement, and all our paperwork says the second floor, but when we moved in, everything was already like that, and it's been about 6 years. And we've came to court for this before.
Single-family home?
It's actually, there's a first and second floor, and the second floor has always been rented out.
How long have you owned it? How long has it been?
About 10 years. We've been to court before for this, and it's been dismissed every single time. And my dad has the permits, the rental permits for the second floor, but we don't rent the basement out. That's where my brother lives.
This was confirmed a single-family home. Right here, we have the Board of Public Works paperwork for the removal of the basement apartment and attic apartment back to a single-family home.
Confirmed in 2010.
Yeah. And all the gas and water lines are still out in the basement. All the bedrooms are still up. Second floor is still being rented out, no fire separation, no permits to convert to two units.
Ever since we lived there, the second floor has always been rented out, and my dad has the city permits and everything. We've never had a problem with that. And we've had,
There's a permit history in there.
if necessary, my dad would also like to have another court date to bring an attorney so he can show you everything that he needs to.
Will your dad be able to acquire legal services in the next 30 days?
Que si puede traer un abogado en los próximos 30 días. Yes.
Is there a motion to reset this for the November 17th date?
No, 12/18.
December 18th? That's what I meant.
Diciembre 18, como dice venido a corte.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We're going to reset your hearing to December 18th.
Okay.
If you can come back with your attorney and have him apprised of your situation by then.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
right, we'll see them next month. Item M, 6622 Grand. We have a rental registration hearing for Mr. Clareton.
Correct. He's present a few rows back. We submitted a proposal for a possible resolution. Your board secretary said it was in the packet. I don't know if you've seen it. I can briefly recite its terms.
Go ahead.
Mr. and Mrs. Clareton currently are residents of Dyer. They moved from Hammond, I think, 5 years ago and were residents for about 25 years. They own these two properties, lived in one, excuse me, for a few years till they purchased a house in Hammond. During this entire time, they have never been cited with an ordinance violation. They've always paid their taxes. They've never had a problem with a tenant. And for that reason and one other I'm going to mention in a second, we'd request that this just be assessed at the rental registration numbers. The other point is, and I know this is a little touchy, but I respectfully submit that there's some difficulty with these water notices that go out. It's like you getting a NIPSCO bill, Mr. Dostotny, and you getting a second unrelated bill in that. You're not fairly anticipated to know what that is, or above all, be held to be bound to the law. So I'm not asking that. I'm just asking that that factor be included, and that a good, long citizen of Hammond who abided the law and our landlord-tenant laws be given this consideration.
Mr. O'Connor, does your client owe for 2012 and 2013?
I think that's correct.
Is that the case, Code? That's correct.
The last 5 years.
Whatever you want to do. It's the pleasure of the board.
You said it's never been registered as a rental? For how many years?
We have the last 5 that it has to be registered.
When did it go up to 80?
Pardon me?
When did it go up to 80?
2010.
2010. Get your shoes off. Duplex?
He's giving you a copy. Well, why don't you give that to Smitty, then he can add it up without.
I'd like to make a motion that we have him registered for 12 and 13 at $80 per unit and be assessed the $500 late fee.
Just one $500.
Yeah.
So the total would be $660, right? I'll second that motion.
There's been a motion and a second to waive all of the registration fees through 2012 and to order one unit be registered at the regular rate of $80, the other unit to be registered at $80, and one $500 late fee to be assessed. Is there any further discussion?
These are actually 2 units, Mr. President.
Right.
Okay.
One at 80,
That's fine.
the other one at 80 plus one $500 late fee, and everything in arrears be waived.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
If I have a point for further discussion, I provide supplemental defense for the record. That's the jurisdictional law and ordinance proceedings.
Item
Thank
O,
you.
7207 Kentucky.
Did we just skip N?
N.
Did we already do this?
Item N, sorry. 1043 Morris.
How you doing?
How are you, Mr. Leggett?
Mm-hmm.
It's your opportunity to explain to the board why you failed to register your rental unit.
Well, basically, my mom had passed, and I actually inherited the home, and I wasn't aware that I had to register any type of property because I don't live here.
This is your mother's home?
Yes.
At what period of time did you acquire the property?
So she died last May.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a motion by the board?
So moved.
What's your motion?
What do we want to do? Just, yeah, so
Are you renting the house now?
Yes, I am. Mm-hmm.
and you started renting it when?
March.
March?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you should just register. Yeah, that's my motion is that, that you just register it now so that you bring it up to date.
Okay.
It's a yearly register.
There's a motion to grant the appeal and waive the late fee at 1043 Morris. Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. You'll have 30 days to register your unit at the regular rate of $80. If you fail to do so in 30 days, our order will be vacated and the late fees will be imposed, okay?
Can they mail it to me, or do I have to fill out today?
Just make sure the secretary in the law department has a good address for you and we can
Okay.
mail the order to you. You can
Okay.
take that order and register your unit.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Now item O, 7207 Kentucky. Mr. Iguarta, 7207 Kentucky. Luis Iguarta. 7207 Kentucky, Luis Iguarta. Is there a motion by the board for 7207 Kentucky?
Make a motion that we assess the late fee and $80 per unit rental registration.
There's a motion to deny the appeal. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Aye, motion carries. Item P, 7148 Arkansas. Ms. Zavala?
Yes.
This is your opportunity to explain to the board why you were unable to register your rental unit.
I wasn't aware that I had to do that. And when I found out, I was having some difficulties with 2 of my children, one who has cerebral palsy and the other one who has retinoblastoma. So I was in and out of the hospital since August.
Who lives in the building? You rent it?
A friend. Yes, now I do.
You live in,
I'm sorry. I live in Illinois now.
how long have you owned it?
Over 9 years, and I just moved out of there in July.
Oh, so it just got rented this year?
Yes.
You never had it rented before?
No.
Make a motion that we waive the late fee and the $80 fee.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Your appeal has been granted and the late fee has been waived. You'll have 30 days to register your unit at the regular rate of $80. If you fail to do so, our order will be vacated and the $500 late fee will be assessed.
Okay, and then will I receive something in the mail?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Item Q, 249 Carroll. Item Q, 249 Carroll, Merced Mayorga. 249 Carroll. Seeing as no one appears, is there a motion?
Motion to deny.
All in favor? Aye, motion carries. Item R, 2542 Birch. Mr. Kazmark.
Yeah.
This is your opportunity to explain to the board why you are unable to register your unit.
I'm sorry, but this is my first rental property. I didn't know nothing about this. And as soon as I found out about it, I got down here and then they wanted a $500 late fee. I don't mind paying the, you know, the rental fee, but
How long have you owned it?
I just got it the first of the year. I just rented it at September 1st.
I'll make a motion that we waive the late fee and you have to pay the $80.
Oh, no problem. I have no problem with it.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Your appeal has been granted, your late fee has been waived. You'll have $30 to register your unit at the regular rate of $80. If you fail to do so in 30 days, our order will be vacated and the late fees will be assessed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Item S, 837 Bauer.
Mr. President, on this one, there's previously been a citation issued that was July 28, 2006, and a default was issued on 6/6 of 2007, amount $1,000.
Ms. Williams,
Yes,
this is your opportunity to explain to the board why you were unable to register your unit.
I live in my property. I've lived there for 37 years, and it's not a rental property.
Who lives there?
I do.
It's not a rental?
No, it's not. My daughter, she became displaced, and she stayed with me, and I don't know, when I called, I didn't know anything about this rental property thing until I got this letter from a lawyer, and I called and they told me that my property is rental property, and I told them it's not.
It's a single-family home?
It is.
Mr. President, just ask a quick question. Are you Janice Williams?
I am.
Who's Nevos Tyler, who's the tenant, who's getting the water bill?
Navas Tyler is my son-in-law, and they became displaced, and they changed. My husband just passed, and they asked if they put the water bill in his name so he could have a resident. They could have residence so they can get their driver's license. But they did stay with me for 6 months when they became displaced.
But the water bill's in their name, and they don't live there anymore?
Correct.
Is the water bill still in their name?
Yes.
Where are they now?
They stay in Cal City.
I mean, Mr. President, all I can tell you is that an individual went to the water department saying they were the tenant and had the water placed in their name. You have to pay extra for that. It's not like anybody would do that just off the cuff.
Is the water bill sent to Calumet City?
No, it's sent to my home.
But it's sent in the name of a Nevis Tyler.
They did live with me for 6 months. But that's my family.
Did you charge them rent?
Not a penny.
Did they get rental assistance?
I don't know what rental assistance is.
Did somebody else give them money to help them pay their rent?
They didn't pay any rent.
Did somebody else pay rent on their behalf, such as the federal government?
No,
Or township?
no.
Can't understand why anybody would pay the extra $60 to put water bill in their name when somebody else already had the water bill in their name.
I don't understand why he did it either, but he did it. But my property, I've lived there for 37 years.
We need her to go downstairs and sign an affidavit that she's not renting the property, right?
I did that when I first got that first letter, and they sent me up here.
So did they put the water bill in their name to be able to have an address, to be able to register vehicles or register?
They were homeless. They came to stay with me, and they needed, when it came time to get their driver's license, they didn't have a residence, so they did some things to get a residence.
I would like. Okay. I'd like to make a motion that we dismiss action on it, but you must get the water bill put back in your name within the next 30 days,
Okay,
or
We'll probably see you again.
you'll be here again.
okay. So,
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. We're going to dismiss action. Hopefully, we won't see you again. What's prompting you to get letters in the mail is the fact that you have somebody other than you who is registered as the occupant of your home. You understand that?
I do.
Okay. If you get your water bill back into your name, you will be like every other single-family owner-occupied house in the city, and you won't receive any letters from us, assuming that there's a tenant there.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Thank you. Item T, 7901 Northcott. 7901 Northcott. Item T, Sylvester Bell. Mr. Bell.
Motion to deny. No one came to.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item U, 1013 River Drive. Mr. Torres?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Torres. This is your opportunity to explain to the board why you weren't able to register your unit.
Just claiming ignorance. I've never done this before.
How long have you owned it?
I've owned the home since 2002.
And you've rented it out how many years?
I just sold it, or I had it on the market since March, and I purchased another home, and it was very last minute. Nobody was buying the house.
You rented it out recently?
Yeah, yes. So I signed the lease for October 1st.
Make a motion that we waive the late fee, and you have to pay the $80.
I'll receive something in the mail, or,
If we have your address as Lawndale?
yes.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Your appeal's been granted. You'll have 30 days to register your unit at the regular rate. If you fail to do so, our order will be vacated and the late fee will be imposed.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you. Item V, 6813 and 15 Homan.
Hello.
Good morning, ma'am.
How
This
are
is
you?
your opportunity to explain to the board why you weren't able to register your rental units.
The one unit has been owner occupied for about 5 years now, so the one 6813 has not been rented. As for the other unit, I didn't realize it was a yearly rental registration. I registered it once in 2007, and I didn't realize that I had to do it every year. So it was, if I would have known, I would have paid the yearly $80 and registered the apartment. So after it became owner occupied, I didn't realize I had to register the other unit as a rental.
You live in 13 now?
My husband lives there as often as he can. I mean, when I'm out of town with work, he has to come back and forth to Illinois for the kids. For the most part, he has residency at that building, at that unit, 6813. The water bill's in his name, his driver's license and everything.
And I missed that part. I was writing something down. How long have you owned it?
At least 7 years.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive all the late fees except for one, and that you register for 2012.
13?
Oh, 2013, sorry.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Do they have, would they send me a yearly letter in the mail saying that I have to register?
When you register, there's actually a box on there that you acknowledge that you have to register every year.
Okay, so I have to come to Hammond to get to register here at City Hall every year?
You can mail it in. The registration form is online.
Oh, City of Hammond online?
You have from January 1st to April 15th.
Yeah, the board's made a determination to waive the registration fee and the late fee from 2007 through 2012. And then that for 2013, your unit be registered at the regular rate of $80 plus one late fee of $500.
So where do I go pay that? Downstairs right now?
If you want to wait until after the meeting, the secretary will give you a copy of our order and you can pay it, or the secretary will mail a copy of our order to you at the address we have on file for you, and you'll have 30 days to register it.
And you have the address as Orland Park, Illinois, correct?
Lakeside?
Lakeside Drive.
You will be done here in about 15 minutes.
Insurance information for the unit.
You need-
Policy number and expiration date.
Oh, Okay, if the other side gets rented, the 6813, if I decide to rent it, then I have to register that one as well.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna tell you. If your husband decides not to
Yeah.
come back here and live, you have to register both units every year.
Every year.
If
And
one
I-
is vacant and you're not, it's not gonna be rented, you can fill an affidavit that is not being occupied. And then after you sign a lease, you have 30 days to register at that point.
Yeah, it's,
It may be in your best interest to register, be it done in, so when you do have a tenant, you're ready to go.
right, I mean, it's been semi-vacant, but he lives there. He's there most of the time. He takes care of the building and everything, so.
Thank you very much. Item W, 1258 Sherman. Ms. Lofton?
I'm her daughter. She was sick. She went to the doctor, so I called. They said that I could for her.
Okay, this is your opportunity to explain to the board why 1258 Sherman wasn't registered with the city.
I gave her the property December 20th. I'm Kaz Dawson. The water bill's in my name. I didn't change the utilities because that was our agreement. I would help take care of the utilities for her and she'd take care of the taxes, but I wasn't aware that she needed to do a rental agreement since she's the, the owner, the only one there and not renting it out.
What you're saying is it's owner occupied?
Yes, it's her property, but I didn't change the utilities because I take care of that for her because I pay by credit card or check, so I thought it would be easier to.
Does she still
do it
live
that
there?
way. Yes, but she went to the doctor today. She was sick.
Oh, but she lives there.
Yes, so do you need her to put it in her, me to take it out of my name for the water bill and
We
put it in
just
her
need her to
name?
fill in an affidavit that it's owner occupied.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, because the water bill's in somebody else's name.
It's in my name.
Right, and you probably live somewhere else, it looks like there's a tenant in there.
Oh, but that's what I said, I was the owner, but I'm not the owner now. I gave it to her.
Is there a motion to dismiss action?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
So what do I do?
Go downstairs, fill an affidavit that property is being occupied by the owner.
Okay, give it to
Or
her
by
to
your
sign.
family. If it's in your name, if the tax
It's in
records
her,
are in your name.
it's in her name now,
Okay.
except the utilities.
Well, then your affidavit that's owner.
Just have her sign it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Item X, we have a correspondence from JKL Properties requesting a rental registration hearing date. What's that December 18th date?
Move it to December 18th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item Y, we have an agreement to rehabilitate 23 Webb.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the agreement.
Second. All in
For the
favor?
board's information, this is the third agreement we're going on this property.
Third agreement?
New owner though.
Okay.
Yeah, the first one was with the Sorensens. The Sorensens sold it to this fellow.
Motion carries. Item Z, we have correspondence from Attorney Molina. Requesting that a performance bond be waived for 4203 Johnson.
Does this state how long this property's been on the demolition list?
Well, it was just opened for bid today, so it's probably a pretty fresh one.
I know there was a fire there, and right by Lincoln School, on the corner of Johnson and 147.
Yeah, there's a new owner apparently.
Oh, okay.
Is there
What
a,
we will typically do, if it's going to be owner occupied, we try our very, very best to file the delay. If it's going to be a rental or an investment property, then I try our very best to get the bond. My understanding of this one is it was going to be a rental, but I don't know for sure.
is there a motion?
Does the correspondence give any indication of the owner's intention?
Yeah, it's pretty bad shape.
I got pictures of it, actually. I have it with me.
I know there was a lot of damage on the inside.
Is it secure? Is it boarded up?
They're replacing the windows, but the windows are not flush with the actual structure, so there's openings, like on either side between the framing, so there's still.
Attorney Cantar, do we have the ability to waive a bond for a period of time? And if work is not satisfactorily complete in a certain period of time?
Well, Mr. President, there is an agreement to rehabilitate, And in the agreement of rehabilitate, it does have a start and end date, and obviously if they are not started by the start date or ended by the end date, we do have the right to go forward with the demolition, which we just did today.
Very good.
I'm just trying to find a picture for the property.
His letter says that posting $100,000 cash is gonna be $10,000 less that the client will be able to put into the renovations.
Well, you're giving up leverage if you waive the bond.
We have a demolition order and we just bid it out.
Oh.
The day after their contract with the city runs out, if the property's not rehabbed, we can bulldoze it.
And it's kind of the sticking point is that we demolish it at the city's expense. I mean, that's the whole idea of the bond.
Yeah, can't that
I
bond?
like to believe that they're in good faith, they're gonna rehab the house at the same time. It's been 4 years.
According to the attorney, the spirit of his letter is that the client's funds are limited. The $10,000 would be better suited to rehabilitate the property as opposed to sitting in city coffers.
Mr. President, I do have a copy of their agreement to rehabilitate. They are supposed to start by November 14th and complete by May 15th.
So she probably came in to get her permits.
Right, and they
said she needed the bond.
When did they start putting windows in it? When did they start putting the windows in? You know what, that, I noticed, I mean, it was the previous owner or the new? Yeah, it was the previous owner, it's not
So they've got 6 months to rehabilitate the property.
It's been open this whole time.
I don't think it would put the city in any further risk if it was time to waive the bond requirement on that property. If we get, whether to tear it down or not, so.
If we can get some kind of being done on it, improve the neighborhood, decided when they went back to school, that's the way the bond is gonna go.
You really want to go through that?
I don't think that we should leave the bond until after it's demolished. And if we have a cost for the demolition, why should we use to pay that? Why should the taxpayers? That's the whole purpose of it. She didn't perform what she was supposed to do.
No, it's a new owner. It's a brand
It's a
new owner.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
Pertinent information.
Okay.
Whatever you guys want to do.
I'll make a motion that we waive the bond.
Okay, I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 2A. We have correspondence from Mr. Gleason advising that an alley at the 5200 block of Holman be made one-way.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve Mr. Gleason's request.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 2B, we have a license agreement between Arcadis and the city of Hammond.
Mr. President,
Gary's.
the tollway zone.
No parking zone two, tollway.
No.
Oh, Mr. President, that's the building that the city of Hammond acquired on tax sale and demolished right over there by the fire station. And now, unfortunately, people are using it as a parking lot. So we're gonna post no parking sign and tow any vehicles, but he wants the board's consent to post and stuff.
Is there a motion to approve the no parking signs?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now we have the environmental agreement between the city of Hammond and Arcadis. It's been reviewed and approved by our city attorney. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 2C, we have correspondence from Superintendent Buter requesting the approval of the release of several vehicles. The list is attached. They all appear to be 15 to 20 years old. Is there a motion to approve a request?
So moved.
Second.
All in,
Thing, Donna?
No, just in case you had any questions.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you, have a good day.
Thank you. Item 2D, we have correspondence from... Wait.
I'd like to make a motion that that be referred to Gary Gleason.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item 2E, we have correspondence from Windward Entertainment requesting permission to film in City Hall on November 24th. How long are you looking to use the facility for?
I'm not quite sure. This was a revision to the script, and we're trying to keep Minnie Driver while we have her instead of flying her back in December. So that's the need for the last minute location.
It looks like
And
one day on the request.
I'm sorry?
It says 1 day on the request.
It's 1 day. It's 1 day and would probably be, my guess is an 8-hour day.
And your company has agreed to pay any city personnel that need to be here, maintenance people?
Yeah, we would need to know a price for that.
Starting at what time?
Our days have been starting, we're actually in New Buffalo right now, so we're working on Eastern time, but our call time is usually 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Can you set up a lunch?
This was just thrown at
Board
me.
President, Minnie Driver. You said you had a thing for John Leguizamo, right? Oh, okay.
Well, we have Minnie Driver and Frank Grillo who would be here, so.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
We'll be in
When would I
contact.
find, okay.
Yeah, we'll be in
with the-
contact with
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
People call your.
Yeah, that would be great.
Item 2F, we have correspondence from IT Director Campbell requesting permission to dispose of several assets from the old telephone system in City Hall.
Make a motion that we approve his request.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Item 6, is there any matters from board members?
Yes, I have several matters. First one is a findings of fact and a decision on rental registration property at 7128 Osborne.
What would you like to do with it, Mr. DeStantney?
I think Chris has reviewed it, you recommend
Correct,
we
yeah,
approve
Mr.
it?
Callahan
I'll
has
make a motion.
investigated the situation and it's owner occupied.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Second item is we have the title sheet for the Kennedy Avenue project, which is going to go, this is 80% federal project. It'll go to construction next year from 175th to 169th. I'd like to make a motion that we sign that.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Next item, I've got a email here. A road closure on Hune Street for the sewer tie-in and a water line tie-in for the Munster Steel project. I'd like to recommend that we approve the closure.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
I have one more here.
Wow. My goodness, Stan.
Well, all this stuff came in late. Purdue is going to be doing a go-kart race called the Roby 600, a tribute to the Roby Speedway. They said there's a lot of people that aren't aware of this, and are also requesting if they can get some type of marker established where the Roby racetrack was, which I think right now is where the new Walmart is.
Yeah, it's a park.
I don't know if we can do anything there. We can talk to them further.
I've driven that parking lot, it looks like a go-kart track.
Collision derby.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
go-kart track with grocery carts.
where the racetrack was,
I think all that we need to do on this is just for informational purposes only, because they haven't scheduled anything yet. They just kind of want to make us kind of aware of what's going on. So we can contact Purdue and talk about this further. Oh, next week there's not going to be any meeting.
this is Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Why? Or December 26th?
Is there a motion to cancel the meetings on November 28th and December 26th?
So moved.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Is there any other matters from board members? Is there any new or old business? Board wishes to recognize Councilwoman at Large Janet Venez for attending our meeting. Thank you very much, Councilwoman. Item 10, public expression. The meeting is now open to the public. Anybody wishing to address the board, now is your opportunity to do so.
My name is Jim Thorne from Thorne Meadow Excavation, And the reason that you got those separate bids on that demolition is it didn't say anywhere in there that it was a bulk deal, okay? And it said that the board has the right to either approve or deny individual bids. The second thing is, a lot of those residences on that list still have people living in those houses, especially 935 Michigan. And when we talked to the residents there, they said they'd been given a 6 months extension to get these properties done, or rehab. And so therefore, we didn't bid them.
This is a point of clarification. It's in order to repair or demolish. They can actually repair their house and not have it demolished. So that's the owner's choice.
That's correct.
It's always looked at as a demolition list. It's in order to repair or demolition list.
And therefore, that's why we didn't bid a bulk product. The other thing is, in 15 years of doing this, I've never bid a bulk project. It's always they give the separate addresses, Lake Station, Maryville, Crown Point, all of them. They give a list, and then you go through it and you bid each one individually.
Well,
that's why we did it.
That's why you have the form in there that's got all the properties listed, so you can give a price individually for all the properties.
And that's what I did.
So the award will actually be made based on the individual properties.
Yeah, and that's what I did. But each packet did have the same
Well, the only
information.
thing, you probably could have did it in a single packet. You need to do one for each property. It would
Okay.
be easier for everybody, including us.
But it's not wrong.
Okay.
Right. It's not wrong, it's just
Right.
different.
Yeah. And I've always been classified as different. So, thank you very much, and if we can help you, we'll be glad to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else wishing to address the board? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?